So this is the church I'm going to be metal detecting around today. And if you're like me and are into old structures, you may be looking at this and saying, well, that doesn't look too particularly old. And you would be correct. The secret that this church is hiding is behind it. Right about there where my finger is. There is a foundation to an old home that I believe goes back to at least the Victorian period. I own on the other side of this runoff, and out in the field on that side, I have found an 1880s V-nickel, an early 1900s Indian head penny, and a silver barber dime from 1913. So I know there are definitely things on this side. Working the side of the runoff, and I already got an old find. Giant old Presto mason jar lid. Let's toss that back on my side. This really reminds me of digging up north here. The soil is like butter. I am finding some stuff. Here are my last 3 targets. This I just pulled out of this hole is an old piece of brass. Look at that jade green color under there. Pretty cool. I got one of these, rang up really good, was deep. I thought I was onto an old coin, and then I got this piece of aluminum. Ooh, is it sloppy, and it's still misting out here. There's some really interesting stuff here. I went very deep on this one, really solid signal. I think this is lead. That is super heavy. So this is the exact location that I believe the foundation sat for the old home. You can see this little bit of a flat area that's on top of the slope. And there's all sorts of overload signals here of where I think a lot of trash was dozed around from when the house potentially burned down, back around the early 1960s. As you can see, as I snake my way through what's a little bit of a path here, there's all sorts of old debris. That's iron there. And this is iron here too. Let's go ahead and flip this up and see what it is. I wonder if that's part of an old stove. All that old iron was right there. I am not sure if this giant boulder was here originally or if this was added at a later time. It's kind of an intersection of where 3 properties meet, so maybe this was a boundary set here after the days of the older home. Right down here, I had a solid signal that I worked at for a while trying to loosen this up. I have a giant old spoon, and we're gonna pull it out now that I loosened it up. My spoon has the same mark on the stem as you can see here and pattern on the handle. This one dates to 1904. I'm still working down this slope by all of these overload signals, trying to find some smaller targets that sound good. And I got a good one that rang in mid-90s, way down there, close to a foot deep. Took me a while to get out under that root. I cleaned it off a little bit, and check it out. Louisville, Kentucky, the Frankfurt Distillery, Inc.